welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my previous videos. If you haven't seen them, please go check them out. On today's topic, I'll go straight into it. As a men's channel, I wish to highlight one of the key things a man should possess: intelligence. What is intelligence? I believe we all know, and even if we don't, we can easily Google it. But for clarity purpose, intelligence is one's ability to know, understand, and apply that knowledge to a particular given thing or their lives. It is not enough to know without understanding, Albert Einstein said. So the key thing is not just knowing, but being able to understand, and through understanding, applying that knowledge to your life. It's a very important thing. There's an explosion of knowledge today. We're constantly bombarded with information, useful and useless and all whatnot. Well, what are we doing with it? And where I'm driving at today is this: with intelligence being a key quality that every man at least has to possess, so many of us today lack that belief in ourselves to exhibit the intelligence that we already actually have. Some, as a result, have sold themselves short. Some have just given up on themselves, thrown in the towel, because maybe society or someone's report somewhere convinced you that you didn't know better, or you don't, or you can't know, you can't perform better, you're not intelligent. Somebody, maybe something somewhere, or somebody conditioned you or kept hammering it to you, that false thing, that false idea or report of theirs, that you are not intelligent, and you've bought that idea they sold you, the lie they sold you, and as such it's permeated through your life, dictating to you where you go, what you do, and how you move, the levels and the kind of dreams you dream, the dreams you have for yourself, the levels of success you can attain, what you can or cannot do. Newsflash, it's a lie. Ta-da! It's a lie. We're all capable of achieving it. If you don't already possess it, I'm here to tell you, you can. Yes, you can. A man used to run an IQ test back in the day, Alfred Binet, and through his test he found that certain children didn't exhibit the same level of intelligence as the others. And back then they weren't as enhanced as we are today, you know. So certain things, certain needs were not catered to. So they would put the supposed intelligent kids on one side, and the ones that they perceived as unintelligent on the other side. And that became the lane by which they would actually navigate these children's lives and further advice on the kind of career path and decisions that will be made on their behalf until they can make it for themselves. So, for instance, an intelligent man would be, yeah, he's a smart kid, put him there. No, he doesn't know anything, he's a bit of a dumb whatever, put him there. So he had to go do some silly stuff without even getting a chance to, come out the blocks for the race of life. Now, through Alfred's study, he had a program where they created a support system for the children that were perceived as not so intelligent. And through that program, he would make a statement that says, intelligence is not a fixed quantity that cannot be increased. Again, intelligence is not a fixed quantity that cannot be increased. Through practice, training, and method, we can learn to look at things differently, to interpret differently. We can enhance ourselves, we can increase, we can achieve greater intelligence. It's the landing point. So as a core quality that's required of a man, to those of us who are confident enough to say, yes, I am an intelligent man, bravo. But for those of you who believe you're not up to par, you see yourself as less, you think society has dealt you a hand that now means you have to accept your fate of remaining at the bottom, that's a lie. Maybe someone can tell you that lie, and it's not even acceptable at that. But you should not be telling yourself that lie, or even compounding that lie. The point I'm trying to make is, men suffer in silence a lot. The biggest manure within the manosphere amongst men is silence. We go through a lot. Some of us, these things were drummed into us, and you bought it so long, so young, or you've bought it for so long, you no longer know how to actually discard it. You don't know how to let go of it and come out. You've accepted that label and that stereotype. Guess what? People will always have opinion. And I know it's not so easy to tell you up and go and believe different. I know it would take effort. It would take some work, some sacrifice. But I'm here to actually give you the engine, like the key to ignite that start point, to initiate the start point, your action plan. I'm here to inject that confidence, that belief. First of all, I'm here to debunk the lie and say, that's a lie. And if it's a lie, then there's some truth that you have to go fetch yourself. And you can do it. People have done it. People before you. Some are renowned, famous. Some we don't know. Some are even next to you, but you don't know. But it's been going on. And you can't be the only one left out. If you're young, you're middle-aged, you're old, it's never too late. Colonel Sanders started Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, at the age of 62. People thought it was silly. He drank a lot, this and that. 62, if he had accepted certain labels, I would actually presume were being put on him. You know how society is today. Imagine a 62-year-old saying, I'm going to start this and that. Not being from a certain background, he will be looked down at. Nobody will talk. They'll be like, yeah, he's delusional. He's mad. Now, I know there was work into it. He's been making the chicken at home. He had his recipe. That's the difference. I'm not telling you to wish upon the stars and it will manifest itself. That's not what I'm about. I'm saying that you can achieve it. You can break away from that stereotype that you are not smart or intelligent enough. As a man, as a male, you need it and you have it. Your maker embedded it in you because he knew you would need it. Because he has also given you responsibilities that demands that you possess that quality, in case you doubted. So somebody already knew before you were here that you're going to need this, and he knew to prepare you well enough for it. You can't be the reason for yourself to remain stagnant in one particular place because of someone else's account or report. I don't know if you know about Les Ferdinand. Mr. Ferdinand is a motivational speaker. His teacher gave a report to his mother when he was young, and the report read something of the likes that he was mentally retarded and uneducable. When he asked the mother what the report read, the mother didn't tell him that. The mother told him the opposite of that. Today, he's an author, he's a speaker, amongst many other things. He's a successful man. His son has joined in that same line. At least one of his sons that I have seen him with on interviews and stuff, you know, I've watched him appear on interviews with. If Mr. Ferdinand did not believe in himself, if his mother did not believe that he had it in him, and if he himself, I'm sure at one point he noticed whatever people saw that made them think he was slow and he couldn't progress further, he would have noticed it himself. But if he had any doubt for a second that would be the defining factor of his life, we would not be witnessing the revelation of that man today, who talks to most of you through his videos. He gets you pumped up, telling you how you can do this and that. One of his famous words would be, practice makes better, right? He likes to say that a lot. I like it of him, not the idea that practice makes perfect. We can strive towards that, but practice makes better. He's a great orator. He speaks. Do you know what I mean? Listen to him. Men like Les Ferdinand would have been a forgotten or a missing revelation. We would never have known these things that he's doing now. Same as Colonel Sanders. KFC would have been an idea that would have died in his head. Perhaps he wouldn't have even bothered to conceive that thought, to think about it, let alone. Michael Jordan wouldn't have been the man that we know today because he was kicked out from his basketball youth team. If he for a second bought that translates that he can't do it, incapable of, not enough, that's a lie. Men, intelligence is a key quality that we must possess, and the way to go about it is through practice. training, and method, if you like, strategy. What would be your method? Okay, I appear to struggle here. I don't know enough about this. What is this? How can I learn about it? Where? From whom? With what? What do I have to do to get this started? Create an action plan. Follow that action plan. Set timelines. Have somebody that you can trust, whom you can confide in, that can actually pull you up and hold you accountable to that action plan. Who will pull you up if you start slacking, and move. You need intelligence. You need it like the air you breathe. It's that essential, and it's not alien to any mankind, any human being. We can achieve it. The people there doing Elon Musk is not bigger than you and I. You want to do what he's doing? Fine. The truth though is this: not everybody would have the desire to be up there. That's fine. Some people are just comfortable with maybe getting a 70k job, having a house, this and that. That's what they want. That's it. That's cool. But go get it. If that's what you desire, go get it. Don't let anything stop you, because you have it in you to know, to acquire the know-how, to acquire the know-how to navigate yourself, to get in there, to progress, to achieve that which you desire. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to people around, to the world. You owe the world the revelation of who you are, what's deposited in you, the talents, the skills, the gifts that you possess. You can't deprive us of all of that. It's not fair. It's a selfish thing. Just because you doubt yourself, come on. I'm not here to tell you it's easy. Some days you might start and feel like sitting back down. Maybe the same thing that comes to wag its fingers at your face will come again. But you gotta know one thing: they're not you. They can't decide who you are or what you become. They're just another person around you. And if it gets too much, then perhaps you should redefine your relationship with such persons, at least if you can. I suppose for younger kids it will be a different thing. If you're a younger child and you ever see this, then at that point you should be talking to any responsible adult near you, a mother or father or both. Because I've seen people I know, besides the people I've read about, who have been told in their younger age, there's no point going to university. You'll be best doing customer service job. Today, they're on their own businesses. They're managing in high places. They're doing what they want. They've achieved a lot. I'm telling you, it's possible. You can't deprive the world of the star in you. Turn that scar to star. That's actually one of my things. One of the things I'm gonna actually birth at some point. It's coming. It's loading. Star or scar. So I'm not a motivational speaker, but if this motivates you, fair enough. The point of me doing what I do is this. Denzel said, each one, take one. If this would benefit one person, just one person, I will be very satisfied. I don't want glory. I just want lives to be influenced differently. I just want lives to be touched and impacted. I hope that I can get people moving differently. Don't stay stagnant. You can get out. I've been through situations in my life. I've been in positions where people wrote me off, but the lessons I learned really early helped me. And that's what I'm sharing with you. There were moments that doubt started creeping in, but I was able to combat that doubt because I had already evidenced my proof to myself that I had what it takes to go get it. And when I say go get it, I'm not talking about wealth or this and that, no material thing. I'm saying go get it. See, know-how, knowledge, intelligence, know-how. They say knowledge is power. And if you don't have knowledge, you will always sell yourself short. And if you can't even pitch your own product yourself, if you can't pitch yourself, if you can't even buy your own self, like you're not convinced in yourself, why should anybody be convinced about you? You've got to be one of your biggest fans. Don't sit somewhere think it, and wish upon the star. It takes practical steps to bring this to fruition. You can do it. All right. Now, it is said that for one to achieve expertise, it isn't some prior ability in such persons that helps that cause, but through purposeful engagement. Robert Sternberg. Through purposeful engagement. I want it, I'm gonna get it. I've found where to get it. I've reached out to get it. I am starting to get it. I am progressing in getting it. I have got it. Where can I get more? I've got more. Is there room for growth? Guys, we have it in us. Nobody was born slow. Nobody was born dumb. I've seen people write themselves off on TV, in persons, due to a lot of things. Lack of intelligence, lack of knowledge, lack of know-how causes self-doubt to creep in. It causes confidence, one's confidence to disappear. It diminishes your confidence, your self-value, self-worth, self-esteem. It impacts how you move and where you get to in life. Most of all, for those who wish to have families tomorrow, how then, even if you wish to deprive the world of that star deposited in you, of those things that you have in you, of the true revelation of who you are, how can you deprive the young ones that you will at some point bring out, or you've already brought out to this world? They deserve to know who you are, daddy. You know, you can't do that to them. It's unfair. Because if that's what you're thinking, then why do it? Why do it? That's not what fathers do. That's not what men do. FYI, there will be certain quotes I will be repeating on this channel because they have to become our anthem. Like, when you were made a leader, you were not given a crown. You were given the responsibility to bring out the best in others. Can't do that to your children. Not bring out the best in them. Well, because you're going to band around as being a daddy. I'm not trying to embarrass or shame you or attack you. No, I'm actually for men. So, thank you for listening. And I know you've heard this. Share it with your younger men, the middle-aged men, the older men. We all go through this. I have sat across table with directors, top leads in companies, and you'll be surprised. Many of us have developed coping mechanisms, justifications to tell ourselves that it's okay to stay there. We've even built fortresses around that idea. Pause for a minute. It will be disappointing to leave this earth without achieving your full potential, or another way around, without showing the world who you are in your true form and nature, with your best foot forward, and letting them know that you were here, so that when you are gone, you will be remembered for some things. And I'm not talking about, leaving material things. I do not consider those things legacy. There are greater things to leave when you're gone. We remember Thomas Edison for the invention of light bulbs. He failed 9,000 times. That's 9,000 reasons he had not to do it again. But instead, when he got asked, he said, now I know 9,000 ways not to do it, which means 9,000 ways not to fail again. Believe in yourself. All right. Now, I also have another video coming up that will be addressing mentorship. Please watch it as you've watched this one. It will be helpful. Part of the things you can do when you are in this kind of situations, when you find yourself cornered like this, is if you can't break out yourself, then you've got to actually utilize your network, the network of people around you, or someone or someone's. I will talk about mentorship in that video. Bear in mind, it's not the only way. You can do it yourself, but if that's a problem, if that hasn't worked, then try something different. The point is you gotta get going because you're better than this. All right? Until the next one, look after yourselves, stay rare, and peace.